classmates. And as we all know, with the unprecedented climate change caused a lot of damage, and which put a strong pressure on agriculture. Therefore, the demands for green crops is more likely to be urgent. And to date, owning a gene technology patents seems to be a war amongst many companies around the world. In our presentation, we aim to cover 3 areas. In the first part we will presenting some reasons for the gene wars, and turn to the next part is giving a chance of owning a patent of gene technology. And but however, in the final part of our presentation, we will give some potential problem of the gene technology. And our presentation will take about 5 minutes. And please feel free to interrupt us if you have any questions. Now,
did you hear that? Interrupt them.
Yeah, now I would like to ask Karine to come and start our first part.
Very good.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
First, let's look to this last graphs that represents the percentage of daily calories that comes from rice. As you can see, rice is a very important food around the world, especially in Asia. And there are some countries like Bangladesh and Vietnam that it represents more than a half of their calories. Overall, in the world, it represents about 20%. So from this data, it's clear that rice is a staple food for many people. And we strongly believe that if rice production decreases, it can reduce people's nutrition a lot. Now Felipe will come and discuss about the trends of junk food patterns.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning.
This graph shows the increased rate of patents in drought-resistant genes. Firstly, I would like to explain what exactly this graph is showing, because it's quite hard. You can see that this graph is increasing, but compared with the previous year, the number of patents that increased compared with the previous year, like compared with this year, it increased 2 patents. Compared with this year, it increased 7. Okay. The first gene was patented in 1994, with a total of 5 in that year, and until 1999, it has a slightly increase. And from 1999 until 2005, it fluctuated, but it increased overall. From 2005, it started to increase sharply, hitting a peak in 2007 with an increase of 23% compared with 2006. However, in 2008, it decreased, which might be caused by the economic crisis in that year. But however, despite it falls, the number of patents, it's really huge compared with the other years so far. It's 192. It's the second highest, just losing for the peak in 2007, and the rate increased again in 2009. In this section, we've looked at the trends about the patents of drought-resistant genes. And Nancy is going to talk about the negative effects of gene war.
You can't, because it's on a web page.
All right. Okay. Morning, friends. I will talk about this graph. We already talk about something we already talked about the distribution of rice over the world and the trend of gene food in recent years. Now we'd like to throw light on this pie chart because we think it's really it's talk about a really serious problem about the drawback of gene wars. It clearly show that some company in this pie chart and the Dubont National Association National Association of Rural Owner and the region of University of California, also the Monsanto and Rich Development Corporation from USA and the National Institute of Science from Japan and Japan Tobacco. Also the Bayer from German, the Syngenta from Swiss, and the Commonwealth Scientific and Industry Research Organization from Australia. So we can clearly see that a lot of very famous companies throughout the world, which a lot of them is multinational corporation, it's occupying a very large percentage of the problem. This graph mainly focus on the research of breakdown of U.S. patent on the rice gene sequences. So that means this kind of a lot of very famous and large company caused a very negative effect on the GM technology. So it's on the other hand, we can clearly see that maybe humans are not very good, not very control the GM technology directly.
Or the ownership, yeah.
Yes.
You got 20 seconds.
Yeah.
Is there a conclusion?
Yes. To sum up, we all got many benefits and drawbacks from their opinions. And to sum up, even though there are some challenges about gene technology, it still brings benefits, especially to farmers and the consumers. Not only because gene crops can resist severe conditions, but also the competition among the company who owning gene technology patents will might promote them to produce more reasonable price and high quality gene foods, which benefits consumers. Yes, thank you. Is our presentation.